Hi Aquarius, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, Aqua. This will be your monthly reading for March. This reading can be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, which will hopefully give you the messages that you need for this month of March. So let's jump into it, Aquarius. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you enjoy this content. Okay, you've had some cards fall out. Not sure if it's 6, but let's have a look and see what comes up. Okay. And one last card from the top of the deck, 4 of Cups. Okay, let's start off with the 7 of Swords. Now, this can be quite a tricky card, and it can bring about mischievous energy, uncertainty, or even deception. Now, for some of you, you might be deceived or have something that can cause a bit of strife here in the month of March. It can be something caused by you. It can be something caused by a fellow air sign, an Aquarius, a Gemini, a Libra. So this person could be part of that deception here for you. Okay, just want to line these cards up. Hopefully that's a bit better. Okay, so coming into that deceptive energy potentially, it's almost like the 7 of Swords doesn't work very hard and is overlooking his shoulder here to the 8 of Pentacles. Could there be a connection here between an earth sign? Maybe. I don't know if you're looking back or you're checking over your shoulder or something doesn't seem very clear. The 7 of Cups does sit below the 7 of Swords, which can indicate a bit of confusion or uncertainty or the need to look back over your shoulder. Now, it could be gossip, it could be scandal, it could be you needing to check things are in alignment, things are in order, but it's almost like you're looking back, okay? It could be that you need to follow up with something here or follow up and ensure something is being done here or something is being achieved or accomplished here. Now, if this is you, it could be that someone is withholding certain information from you, Aquarius. It can absolutely be that there's something here that someone is not revealing to you. I do see a reveal, but it's going to come towards potentially what could be the end of the month. So you might be going through a bit of anticipation throughout that month of uncertainty, lack of clarity, and then you'll finally gain some sort of understanding here that'll come to you, that is destined to come to you. But before that, I feel like it could be that someone is not revealing everything to you. You might be not revealing something to someone else, your personality, something that you've done in the past, something that you want to keep hidden or maybe not exposed for now. It could be in a business sense or in a relationship sense as well here, Aqua. But you can see that he sort of looks over to the 8 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles is working very, very hard, almost tirelessly. This is the craftsman, the artisan, the stonemason who is engraving his work here. You've got these pentacles which symbolize the star of creation. So he is creating something grand here. It's the number 8, which is all about abundance and prosperity. Interestingly, you have the 7, 8, 9 that have panned out here consecutively in the cards. So there's something that will unfold here for you, okay? But career-wise, financially, monetarily, you might see a lot of things come full circle, be completed. Someone might be reaching out, might be wanting to collaborate with you. It could be international offers, foreign people, prestigiousness, even fame. The World card can provide you some sort of platform where you can showcase your talents, your work, and really an extension of you in some way. So on the career front, I feel like that could be a lot of success. Now, the 8 of Pentacles can also be indicating that an earth sign, a Taurus, a Capricorn, or Virgo, might be around you and working very, very hard. It's all about the action people are going to take around you, Aquarius. People will show you who they are this month. And it might come as a shock, it might come in the form of a revelation, it might be very surprising, or it might already solidify something you knew or you had a hunch about. Either way, this type of energy could be coming up around you in the month of March, okay? You can see there's a lot of hard work and dedication here. Can it be a cause for worry? Maybe. The 9 of Swords is anxiousness, loneliness, being left alone with your thoughts consuming you. There could be something that someone says or something that someone doesn't say that's going to leave you puzzled. And that puzzled energy can be the 9 of Swords. I mean, sometimes that 9 of Swords is a self-sabotaging energy. It could be anxiousness that we cause ourselves unnecessarily. maybe through presumptions, maybe through playing out scenarios in our head that haven't happened yet or might never happen. And suddenly it plagues us with this, this uncertainty, okay, or this anxious energy that may come up. I feel like there's something that someone wants to tell you, but they don't know how. I do. And if it's not an air sign or an earth sign, you also have water here. It could even be fire. You know, you've got the symbol of a Leo down here. It doesn't matter what sign. I feel like it could be that either you want to tell someone something and you don't know how to do it, or someone wants to tell you. And this is why they're so plagued by their thoughts that, you know, they can't sleep at night. It's building up, it's bottling up, and there's going to come a time, and I'm convinced that it's towards the end of the month or even coming into April that may just happen. And as I said, the roles could be reversed. It might be you here, but they're anxious. There's something that they want to tell you, but they don't know how. They don't know how to say it. They don't know how to approach you, Aquarius. They're not really sure about how your reaction's going to be, so they might be preempting the way you might react. Maybe you know it's coming, maybe you don't. Maybe it's going to take you completely by surprise. I'm not sure here, but there's definitely a lot of things that are up in the air. A lot of questions here. Questionable energy, scattered energy, which has come up in the form of the Seven of Cups. I also feel like you might be stressed out about certain options or exploring certain options, and then that hand of God comes in and suddenly gives you an option, a circumstance, a person, something that you hadn't even considered, and it'll come out of the blue, and maybe it's in your peripheral vision right now, maybe you're not even acknowledging it, but for some of you it could definitely be that that's coming up. And like I said, it's either hindsight or it's something that you're not seeing as yet, and that you'll eventually come to see later on, okay? But the Seven of Cups is here. So if you're dealing with a water sign, it can be that this person is feeling somewhat scattered. Yes, in a way, we can see the silhouetted figure here, choosing new goals, you know, the dream home, the dream person, the accolades, the riches, the experiences. Is it unrealistic? It can be, okay? It can be unrealistic fantasies. It can be unrealistic expectations. It can be daydreaming. Okay, some of you might even be daydreaming about a scenario or thinking about how to play something out. It's almost like someone is playing it out in their mind, Aquarius, and you're involved. And if it's not someone else around you, someone quite significant, then it could be you. And you're playing out this scenario, and you're having these presumptions, and you're fantasizing, and you're daydreaming, and you're predicting how things might pan out. But we don't always know. We can't always predict. Sometimes we see things, sometimes we have hunches. Sometimes we think we know how something's going to come about. Other times we don't. Other times their reaction can be ideal. Other times their reaction is not ideal. But I definitely, from what I'm seeing in the cards here, think it's someone around you that is uncertain. And it could be emotional uncertainty. It could be that someone is taking something from you and they're not sure how they feel about it. Or it could be that you're taking something from someone else. Could be their resources, it could be their time, it could be their energy, it could be their devotion, and maybe you're unsure about how you feel about it, or maybe suddenly emotionally, you know, you didn't feel bad about it, now suddenly, you know, you feel guilt-ridden, and vice versa. It could be that this person has done something X amount of times, months, years, days, and then suddenly they're feeling uncertain about it. Because of that fragmentary energy that you see with the Seven of Cups, the fact that the World card sits right next to it, and you can see this Cupid, this cherubim, this angel, this Cupid-like figure here, looking over to the Seven of Cups. You know, it's almost like these grey clouds where all these beautiful things emerge, these experiences, fantasies, wants, goals, manifestations. They almost appear through the elements, through the four Gospels, the four corners here. And then the angel looks over, and the World card definitely overrides the Seven. The World card is a major arcana card. And I feel like with the fact that that's coming up here, it could definitely indicate that whatever this is happening here could manifest. I don't know if this is good or this is bad or something you've tried to avoid or run away from here, Aquarius, but it might just manifest through an experience, through an opportunity, through a person, a recommendation or referral. But the World card is a lot of positivity coming your way. The World card is completion, it's creationism, online connections, getting involved in languages, culture, travel opportunities through work. So I feel like that could definitely manifest itself for you, in your life, which is really, really positive. But on the other side of the spectrum, I think it's something to do with, I don't know, what I see is you can see these people. What really stands out to me is that in the cards, all these people have something to do with their sight or the way they're looking back. This one looks back at a situation. This one's concentrating, doesn't even see what's going on around him. This one has his head buried in his hands. This one only sees the 3 cups here. This one is about looking elsewhere. I feel like none of these figures in the cards are looking at us. So there's something you're not seeing, or choosing not to see, potentially choosing to turn a blind eye to. Could also be someone else choosing not to see the bigger picture, or to see your side of the argument, or the merits of your opinion, or where you want something to go, your stance, your perception, your wants, your needs. Maybe someone is refusing to see that. Something about glancing over, or looking back, or looking elsewhere. And sometimes we always do that. We always look outside of ourselves, Aquarius. Sometimes we need to look within. I think too often we're so reliant on other sources, other people, spirituality, heavenly things and bodies. And sometimes we leave our fates in other people's hands or other entities' hands. And sometimes we need to look within and take that necessary course of action. But what I am seeing that is quite thematic in your reading is the fact that there's always someone not looking straight ahead, always looking back, looking to the side, being dependent on something other than yourself, or it's you not seeing something or choosing not to see it. Could also be, as I'm coming back to that, someone not telling you something. And then, I mean that wreath around the angel here is a symbol of victory, but it's not victory that comes easy. It's definitely something following obstacles or hardship, trials, tribulations. So I feel like victory can be yours, and things can come full circle and change around completely for you, but it's not going to be easy, and it's definitely part of some sort of transition or transformation. But I really feel like your world could be changing, or your world could change. Your life as you know it could change in a very, very major way. And whether or not someone is withholding information or opportunity or wants, needs, opinions, feelings from you, I feel like there's something about perception here that really is going to change you, how you feel, and potentially how this other person feels as well here, Aquarius. So I find that to be quite interesting. And then you have that revelation card, the 4 of Cups. This is the hand of God emerging from the clouds, offering a cup that you're not seeing, offering a new path, a new person, a new direction. I often associate this with major change. Why? Because it's this person here sitting at the tree of life. And this is very powerful. It's a very potent symbol of growth. The branches of the tree, the direction of our lives, fated opportunities, serendipity, magnificent things we can attract through the law of attraction. And I feel like you're on the path to this. It could also be emotionally speaking, something could really change for you here. Once you find out what someone has to tell you, or maybe even once you reveal something to someone special. Once that comes full circle and you finally have that victory and you have, you can sigh in relief, something emotionally could change on your end or for this person. And you'll see that transition evidenced to you this month in March in one way or another. If you're dealing with a water sign, it can be that this water sign might have realizations or epiphanies about you. I definitely feel, because that 9 of Swords can often depict loneliness and the 4 of Cups can picture realizations, I don't know if you need time away from something or someone to realize its value or its worth. And isn't that often the case here, Aqua? We don't know a good thing until it's gone. Now, this could definitely be applicable for you this month. It could be that you don't realize the value of a person or an opportunity or a job until it's missing, until it's gone, until you've walked away from it. Again, perception will change, and that's how our perception changes. Or it could be that there's someone longing here for you. someone that's missing you. And it's out of that loneliness, it's out of those dark moments of despair that they're finally going to realize, they're finally going to acknowledge something very powerful. And in essence, this is acknowledging emotions. Cups is all about emotion, how we feel, the emotions that pour out, the attachments that take place. So there could be someone who's having major epiphanies and realizations about your love connection, your marriage, your ex-partnership, a friendship, a business collaboration of sorts. Maybe you value your contribution to a business, a company even. And you might see that evidenced in the month of March here for you. But I definitely feel I'm circling back to this, the perception, the glancing over, the looking back, looking away, avoidance. It could even be avoidant behavior. Whether this is you displaying this sort of avoidant behavior or someone you are closely tied to in the month of March, you might see that on some level. And if it's not avoidance or glancing over or looking back, then it's looking away from a certain situation. Out of sight, out of mind. Is that applicable for some of you this month? Maybe. Absence makes the heart grow fonder as well. I think these two quotes are very applicable for you here, Aquarius. So I think it's something you need to consider this month, in the month of March. But avoidance or someone not revealing something from you, or even taking something, it's taboo activity happening here, something that's frowned upon, that's not really welcomed, potentially. Unwelcomed activity, behavior, possibly, okay? I will leave your reading at that though, Aqua, so thank you again so much for tuning in. Just a reminder, I don't have any extended readings for you for this month, but I do hope this reading has sufficed in terms of the messages and energies around you potentially. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Please feel free to leave behind a like, a share, or a subscribe. Otherwise, I'm sure I'll catch you very, very soon. So thank you again, Aqua. Much love and bye for now.